Welcome to the channel, everyone. I'm Skratch. This is another Raid Shadow Legends video. Welcome to the Monday kickoff, ladies and gentlemen. Hope you guys are having a fantastic start of the week. Happy Monday, everyone. We have everyone's favorite game mode starting tomorrow, guys. Of course, this time around, it's not featuring personal rewards, and the regular rewards on the milestones, they seem to be just the average rewards. Nothing spectacular, nothing juicy in here. The same for all of the tiers as usual. Now, we do have a couple of things that I want to cover in today's video. We have some news about the upcoming summoning events. Of course, whenever we have clan versus clan, we have some summoning events to join in. And on top of it, guys, I want to talk a bit about Rathalos, right? I've already dropped a couple of guides on the champion. We finally got him. Everybody who started logging in from day one, they got the champion by now. And yeah, overall, I want to share my positive feedback, guys. He's an awesome champion. He deals good damage. He doesn't need the craziest gear to shine. He can do good damage in clan boss, good damage in dungeons, good damage in Hydra. And I think that, yeah, it's definitely a very nice addition to the game. Now, I've already done a couple of guides that are live on my channel, guys. One on the clan boss, one on the Hydra. The damage is nuts. 2+ million hits on the clan boss. 20 million hits overall from all of the heads AoE on the Hydra, which is nuts again, and he brings good damage. You know, it's pretty hard to set him to perfection on Hydra because you need everything to align perfectly. But when he does, the damage is crazy, and you can even increase this damage more by bringing in the right sets on your champions. You know, the next thing that I kind of like wanna mention as well is that I will have a couple of more guides coming later on today on him. Something that I've prepared already, but they just need to render and stuff. Keep an eye for that as well. And let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. What's your first impression of Rathalos Blade Master so far, ladies and gentlemen? Talking about summoning events, everyone's favorite summoning event, or at least one of the favorite summoning events, is back tomorrow. Extra legendary from Sacred Shards. Get one legendary, get one free. Now, I have no Sacred Shards left, but my mercy is pretty deep. I think I'm like 16 plus sacreds with no legendary. So if the clan boss is generous with me, I will be definitely opening some sacreds. So this event will be on for 71 hours, starting from tomorrow, Tuesday, January the 16th, and up for 71 hours. Next to this event, we will have 15x progressive chances. Now, what I like about it is that when you have a 15x progressive chance, you're not forced to select a champion. You can just go in without selecting anyone in the pool, unlike the 10x events. I'm glad that they're not doing the 10x events as often anymore. I hope they're completely going to disappear because they suck, okay? They literally suck. Now, putting that on the side and looking more towards the positive part of the summoning event, the champions. I'm not going to go over everyone's kit, guys, because there are quite a few champions in here. We're going to start with the very first one, and that is Pythian. Amazing champion. He was a fusion and awesome support. Useful everywhere, okay? Except campaign. He's not going to farm campaign for you, but great for every content. Revive, a bit of healing, cleanse, block debuffs. Definitely a solid champion. Then we have a Skinwalker, and that is Gwendolyn. Pretty nice champion too. He's kind of like a Vizier 2.0. Decent for clan boss. Decent for Hydra. I would use this champion on the lower tiers of Hydra personally, where the raw damage is more effective than on the higher tiers. So overall, not a bad champion. You have increased accuracy, stealing block debuffs, putting block debuffs on your team, dealing a bit of damage, decreased speed leech, increasing the duration of debuffs with the A1. So not too shabby. Then we have Glycea Soul Guide. She was meant to counter lockout champions. She kind of does a shitty job at doing it. But overall, you have block debuffs on your team. You have an AoE freeze. You have a weaken. If they have freeze, if I remember it correctly, yeah. She has a chance to place freeze with the A1. The passive has a chance to counter the lockout of your team, you know. Interesting, but she's just not carrying it in enough. She's just not doing the job, you know. Then we have Warlord on the 10x, still one of the meta champions. Turn meter manipulation increases the cooldown of your skills. Healing, shield, block debuffs, increases the duration of debuffs on the enemy. Resistance, aura. Like, he is a freaking powerhouse, man. Probably the best chance to summon a Warlord is is now, you know. I don't think you'll have a better one. Then we have Kleidna. I'm not a fan of this champion. I got lucky enough to summon 2 of her and revive on that, block debuffs. I mean, do we need block debuffs with the revive on that? We're gonna die, you know, like, what's the whole thing there, you know, like, I'm not feeling it. Then you have decreased speed and leech on the enemy. And you have a sleep right here. The passive is pretty weak sauce comparing it with the next champion that we're gonna have on the list, because she has a chance to completely block the incoming damage on the first hit of an attack. First hit only. So this is a passive that sucks, man, because she's a Void Legendary. And then we have the epic champions, okay? And the first one is Sepulture Sentinel. Like, she's 5 times better, honestly. I would take a Sepulture Sentinel any day over her. The passive has a 50% chance to block all the incoming damage on an ally. You know, like, just like that. Why is this one so much better for an epic than a Void Legendary, you know? You have increased defense, block debuffs, decreased attack, defense aura. She used to be the MVP for Clan Boss ages ago. Even now, she's very solid, but most of the people are running unkillable teams, so I understand that she's not as desirable as before. Then we have Akak the Vandaren. Freeze, HP burn, a bit of healing, strengthen, block debuffs, some Termitter manipulation. Overall, an interesting champion. Can be useful for faction wars, for quite a few content. He's better for progression rather than endgame usage, you know. Then Massily, a mage. I feel like he used to be the MVP. He's still good, but he lost a lot of value. Cleanse, healing, decreased speed, increased crit rate, increased defense, block debuffs. He used to be amazing with Seer. And even like this, now he can be amazing with Seer because of all of the buffs that he's putting on the team. Overall, he's a good support. He's a good support champion. Then we have where is she from? What faction? Sylvan Watchers. Yeah, Ayla, the Ayla Lifebraid, kind of like the Relentless champion. She's a niche champion. I don't think she's game changing for any content whatsoever. I wish she would have been a bit better. I really had higher hopes for her with this, but unfortunately, it's the passive that has the delay, you know, the 1 turn delay and the cooldown. Sorry, the rest of the kit is decent, but she's nothing extraordinary, you know. And we have the final epic champion, which is Madame Series, guys. Still solid. Removes all buffs, defense down, decrease attack. Has a chance to put the immunity on your team if she steals debuffs. Fear on the enemies. She rocks, man. She's still solid. Not as strong for a higher end arena as she used to be, but for the rest, she's still very, very good. This is everything that we have for the epics for Tuesday and Wednesday, guys. On Wednesday, we will have new legendaries, okay? So, again, it will be a 15x progressive chance from Ancient, Primal, Voids, and Sacreds. The very first hero is Kaja. Decent Reviver. She was part of a deck of fate as well. If you wanna get a decent support, yeah, she's decent. I prefer Pythian over her personally, but I know some of you guys might prefer her over Pythian. I think Pythian, in my opinion, with a immunity for 2 turns and the passive is better. But she's a decent one. She's pairing with Timid, which was a fusion. Then we have Underpriest Brogni, still a powerhouse. HP burn on the A1. You have a remove a debuff, increases the value of shield, the only champion in the game that can do it like him. Increase attack, block debuffs, reflect damage from the passive, you know. Solid champion. Then we have Hakan Smashlord. My god, he needs a buff. He sucks. Their epic champion is better than this dude. This skill is completely useless, irrelevant. Then you have a cleanse and a block debuffs on a 4-turn cooldown when the epics are doing it on a 3-turn cooldown. A chance to stun. I have like 6 or 7 copies of this, man. I hope they're gonna buff him soon. I hope they're gonna buff him. He needs a buff. Then we have a Raiho Bone Spear. Amazing champion. Great for the Sand Devil. Great for a lot of content. Clan Boss. Pretty much everywhere where you need her, she's going to offer you an amazing support, guys. So many debuffs. So many good buffs on her and healing. You know, the block debuffs, the cleanse, the healing. The passive is very nice too. Definitely a solid Void Legendary. And then we have the final Legendary, guys, and that is Blind Seer. I'll be honest with you, I had her, I fed her. I empowered my Mithrala. I have 0 regrets. I have no use for a champion like her. She is more of a mid-game-ish champion. I just feel like she's not doing enough for a Void Legendary. She's not too bad, but she's not wow. Block debuffs and a shield on your team. No clans or anything like that to make it a bit like wow, you know. Then revives all dead allies and a block damage on them. 35% HP on a 5-turn cooldown. It's pretty weak, man. This A1 is weak as well compared to an Allure, for example. Defense aura for all battles. She's another champion that really needs to have a bit of a rework, a bit of a buff. But this is everything that we have in terms of champions for this 15x progressive chance. The 1+1 on Sacreds. Not to mention is the best chance for you guys to actually summon one of these progressive champions when you're doing the 1+1 on Sacreds. If you are looking for a Brogni, you might be looking for a Pythian or some other awesome legendaries. Your best chance to do it. That was all for this video. Much love, and I'll catch you all in the next one. Peace.